good.
Maybe
I mean, I love AP champs until they nerf
mm,
Faded Ashes.
yeah, hopefully they don't do that. They're nerfing all the AP champions, and then they're gonna hit Faded Ashes the patch after, and it's just doomed.
It's gonna be back to full circle.
Yeah,
So is this competitive?
back to Vi.
Is it
Sorry,
solo
one
queue or
sec.
competitive?
It's calm.
Oh, okay.
But, I mean, honestly, at my level, of comp is basically glorified solo queue.
Yep, yep. So what's your approach to the level 1 pathing?
I didn't really know what to play for. I guess I thought, like, I just clear down, like, and hover ball just try to, like, maybe look for something, but I feel like we lose 3v3 versus Lilia. Or what do you think?
Brom support? Yeah, if that's a Brom.
Hmm.
Yeah, you
Bronze
guys
first.
definitely lose 3-3, but you guys are getting the push, so you don't have to 3-3 basically.
Hmm. Kinda thought I wouldn't have pushed anywhere this game, but I was wrong. I guess they fucked up ball.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way they should get pushed.
Hmm. Definitely have a problem with, like, I'm trying to change from, like, trying to be right to actually finding, like, the truth of the situation.
That's
'Cause
real.
yeah, feel like I've been a lot more delusional.
Well, this game, like,
Like, is it playable? Felt awful.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie, one of the worst Marco games I've ever seen.
Hmm. What would you pick? So they first picked Lilia,
Uh-huh.
and they banned, like, everything. They banned Kindred, Belveth. We banned Belveth. They banned Karthus. They banned Udyr. So it's like I was thinking. I just didn't know what to pick,
Well,
honestly.
it's more so like, I'm not saying Maokai is bad, right? We already established Maokai is fine. It's the champs you're playing with Maokai.
Oh, it's with. It's not against.
No, like the champs you're versing don't really matter as much, besides maybe Cassante. Because,
Is it like we have zero choke control, and my champ wants to control chokes?
well,
Is
I
that
think no. Well, my point of view is that you're all indexing into one strength, which is low range CC. But like, where is the damage coming from? You have Nort Hook on QWE, you know, but where is the actual follow up coming from, right? You have an assassin, that's your follow up. But like,
yeah,
you don't have DPS. Vayne is your only DPS, which is fine, but relying on one source of damage is really bad.
yeah, it felt horrible. Maybe that's a big problem in, like, my comp games in general. Because I picked that fucking Ivern game, it felt like the same shit where I'm just, like, clicking E on ADC and pray to God that he carries the entire game by
Exactly.
himself.
Having one option is really bad. Like, it might sound good in theory in your head, but when in reality, since that one option is like a character and the character can only be at certain places at certain times, if they just like say, oh, when Vayne plus Naught plus Ornn is together, let's not fight. Let's fight them
Mm,
whenever Vayne is not there, basically, which is 60-70% of the time, right?
yeah,
In
and
laning
then
phase
Akali
and
can't
after
really do
laning.
shit.
Yeah, and Kali,
Like,
like,
from the
what is a Kali gonna do with Maokai W follow up? She was already gonna get on them anyway if she was in range, with or without CC.
does it change just from mid pick? Like, if we pick Hwei instead? Or, like,
It helps, but I think with like Maokai, you're just overloaded on CC with not like you got three people doing the same job, right? There's too many chefs in the kitchen. Like, for example, it would be better off if you had a range support like
Oh, really?
Nami, Lulu, something like that. Yeah. And then your top laner was a Camille, Fiora. What's another champ that's just like a bruiser? Darius, whatever the case may be, right?
Jax or something.
Yeah, Jax. Where when you CC them, they actually have follow up. Like they can follow up on your CC, right? Instead
Mhm.
of just layering CC and then the guy just doesn't die.
Yeah, that makes sense. Uh, can you look at this Zen game? Is it like similar thing with the draft? Because like, or is this just like okay, I shouldn't say that. Like support getting gaffed or something, or I'm just like not respecting support move.
Draft wise, draft wise, versing Wukong, Victor.
We've only mid pro.
Yeah, bowling's like really AFK farming. No,
Like,
this draft is good. I think so like this is like the flip side, right? If your top laner plays Skarner, I don't want you to play Sejuani because you've
yeah.
already got Skarner Brom to create space and CC people, right? So now you have Zinzal, Brom, Skarner, which and you have two ranged carries, right? That's going to help you follow up on any CC or any engage you do or Brom does or Skarner does, right? So
Mm.
this is a really good draft. It's just the way maybe the strategy in game is where the problem lies because you guys should
Is
not be playing
tapping
around
top
bot.
out? I should tap
Uh
top this game.
it doesn't matter what you do, but in general, it's more important that you have an approach where you recognize you probably don't want to fight bot 3v3 if
Can you
possible.
invade Wukong as Zen? Because I
Nah,
was thinking like, no, you can't. He's too strong.
yeah, he's way strong. Like his the armor boss room, his passive is
Mhm.
like really good.
I guess I just like didn't know how to approach this game then.
I think that's
So
the
I kind of ran it
that is the
down.
main theme of like this review, in my opinion. Because
Yeah.
I think the better you understand what your intention is, the the better you can like play around what you want to do. So like for example here you asked before, right? Should I path bot? And
Yeah.
the answer is like yes, you should path bot, but that doesn't mean you should play around bot like the whole time. Like we want to
Yes.
get out of this
Valid.
situation. You path bot first, and then after you path bot, you want to be you want to be happy to play 3v3 mid or 3v3 topside because Brom, Zinzal, Skarner, like you noticed in the last game, right? You guys A-rammed at 6 minutes for the grubs. I think this is like starting to be the new trend in the game because grubs is actually very valuable since the boss.
Mhm.
Like,
And like
yeah.
I did not want set to just split push the entire game.
Yeah, and this set easily dies to like easily dies to three man. So does mid, right? I think you just win any 3v3 in mid and top, to be honest, as long as mid and top are even resources.
Felt like I don't know. Like I didn't know when to look top or mid. I guess I could look like now coming out of base. I'm not even looking at the lanes. That was a problem. Just like hard tunneled on Drake.
Yeah, like a simple solution basically to your approach and like how to solve each game, like when there's so many different variables, is just basically if you were to imagine where you want to fight when you see each champion portrait, right? If I see Smolder and they have Wukong Rel and I'm Zinzao Brom Smolder, like our 3v3 is just not winning. And it's really hard to engage on them as well.
Yeah, like me walking here is like, what the fuck? I'm just wasting fucking time. I should reset, right?
Yeah, and so like especially since supports nowadays are so mobile and for whatever reason, right, people aren't playing like a really aggressive AD carries at the moment, like Lister Draven.
Yeah.
Um, there's a lot more roaming potential for supports, right? So you can start pairing like your theoretical fight scenarios with your support jungle with the soul lanes as well. So like that should help you navigate where you want to path, regardless of like the variables in the game. As long as you have some basic champion knowledge, right, on like how you
Mhm.
think a fight will go, you can always figure out what you want to play for. So again, this game, for example, you pretty much win any top 3v3 or mid 3v3 because Braum Xin Zhao is such a, I mean, it's such
Yeah,
a strong
it's just about
combo.
like pulling support.
Yeah, pulling support
Uh,
and then recognizing like Victor is a scaling, like Victor is the smaller of AD carry, right? So like if you force the through mid, your Talia 99% of the time should be more useful than the Victor in the 3v3, right? Vice
mhm.
versa, the Sivir is going to be more useful than the Smolder most of the time, although Sivir is also sort of scaling, right? And
Yeah.
the top is obviously depends on how they're trading, but top is really easy to kill because I mean he has to fight you to the death, and Brom can just shield the set W, right?
So it's like I just what about 2v2s? Is like I could 2v2 mid, but I can't 2v2 top. I find it
Yeah,
like
yeah,
difficult
you
to
can't
get
do
the
two.
support to like actually move. But I mean, I should try because I'm not even trying right now.
Exactly. That's why you path
Yeah.
bottom initially to like play around the lane, quote unquote, to free up him for a move, right? Or make sure your bot lane has first base. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like maybe in this play, okay, we get bot push. Should I just pull Braum to mid instead of trying to start the straight?
Yeah, I mean for sure. I think this is more of like preference and strategy, but I
Mm,
think that setting up for grubs is way more valuable. As long as your bot lane can't get dived on like a 3 stack wave, you're smaller.
yeah.
Like just
And then
ditching bot when your bot gets pushed, not like cheating bot, but like ditching it when you actually get move is gonna be way more valuable for sure. Like the difference between 3 grubs and 0 is like noticeable. 6 is like you can just end the game at 23
yeah.
minutes. There's no soul in these games when the grubs when you get like 5 to 6 essentially.
Huh. I guess I'm like over prioritizing Drakes then. That's probably like does seem like a massive issue.
Yeah,
And then
that's my new thing. Like for sure, I think drags are completely useless unless you have to take them. Like you just think of them as a camp, right? Like, oh,
yeah.
there's nothing to do. Of course, I'll take dragon. Why not?
And then that Drake was like, can we fight that Drake?
Yeah, for sure.
Because my perspective is
You had
like,
move.
yeah, like we have good position, we should fight. Or I just think of every objective as like a fight, right?
Yeah,
Or
hundred
is it?
percent.
Yeah,
But then we're not in like fighting position
we're
though.
playing
That's
like we're
we're playing
like
like we're
we
sneaking
don't
it.
have good position.
Exactly. Look,
Yeah,
Brom just eat like he's scared. He's freaking out. Brom just eat like what? Brom eat the Civic
yeah.
Q. Okay, that's
There's
one major ability gone. You're stacking your Q. This is good. But like it's it's too late
it's too
because
late. Yeah.
we're getting flanked and Brom doesn't have E. So
Do I have to engage, or it's like, what's the?
it's not it's I think you're focusing too much on like the abilities because well yeah I mean Brom using E is trolling, but before the abilities look at the space, right? So you guys got first move because you had 3 creeps pushing, right? There was like 3 creeps left, and yeah, first move in the river because they have to clear the 3 creeps.
Yeah,
Start the Drake so you can start the fight.
But that's crash. Hmm.
So the problem arises when we don't hold the space, right? So
So
look
we're
at
conceding the space
yes, look at your
and letting
Brom.
them walk in.
Exactly. How is your Brom contributing? Like he's doing the opposite. He's anti-contributing. He's letting them walk in, and then he's using Dragon to proc Guardian for no reason. No Guardian. Brom no E. That's Rune.
So like
And
we don't even have the advantage anymore, basically.
no,
Yeah.
you don't have the positional advantage, and you don't have the abilities and runes. Literally, the only advantage you have is Q and E, and then your Talia just E'd nothing, right? Because he's scared. Like, oh my god, he's getting close to me. Like, we're freaking out, you know. Uh, like if
Yeah.
we're in
Like I
comms
don't
right now,
understand, man. What? I don't know.
if we're in comms right now, I'm saying like, I don't know, I'm saying some shit a warlord would say to like make sure their soldiers are not scared at
Yeah.
all, because the way we're playing this is like
We
we're
have
like
good position. Hold the fucking position.
yeah. We're playing it as if like we're 10k gold down, we need this dragon or we lose the game. Like we're freaking out from every, like, we're flinching so bad here. Like
It's like they don't believe me, man. I'm like telling them we can fight this shit.
yeah. So the thing is like you would start the drag ideally, like, and then you would say to hold the bush, right? So you would just start pulling it and start stacking your Q on the drag like you just did. And Braum would sit in the bush and Smolder would come hit it with you in between the dragon, obviously because you're pulling it right side, right? And Braum. So he would be in between Braum, where pretty much where Smolder is right now. And Braum would be in the bush.
Yeah.
You see how like they would have to take the bush physically from Braum
Yeah. And if they
versus
do that, then they're
yeah.
gonna get fucked. Because I
Exactly.
could just
Brom
be in on
Q,
the
exactly. You're going to stack your Q on the thing. Brom's going to Q auto and keep walking at them. You have numbers advantage on this side because Sleer's first and Wukong is split on the other side. But as soon as you just
yeah.
commit to staying in the middle and then wasting your ability, I mean, you can still win, but like your team just wasted their abilities like because they're scared. You've for sure lost now, like regardless.
Yeah. And then just like a fucking disaster.
Yeah, I mean, League is really snowballing right now. Like, when you take these 4v4s, it's like a huge swing, right? Because nobody's farming. So, therefore, whoever wins this gets a big advantage, right? It's not like a trade where someone ganks while you're farming. So, it's not that bad. And then you gank back because you have a turn back. But no, this is just straight up like no one's farming. So, it's everyone's same resources. No one's trading. And then whoever wins this, like, gains a big advantage, right?
Yeah.
Like once you master this skill, because like I said, I think Grubs is highly
How do I
valuable,
like
and people will fight over
okay,
it.
say I'm like in solo queue or I guess it's like yeah, if I just go grubs, I don't even have to deal with any of that situation. Like trying to mind control my Braum and
It'll happen at Grubs too, right? If they want a 4v4
yeah.
or fight over it. So the key is space. Like that's the whole overarching theme I'm trying to articulate here is
Yeah.
we have to make them work for their space. We can't just give up territory for free. Like if Brom, even if let's say Brom can't hold the bush, he should still be in the bush, cue them, and walk like try to bait their abilities, and then walk away from the bush when he has to, right? Not
Yeah.
because he's scared. Like this would be the
Makes
perfect
sense.
example. This would be the perfect example of, let's say he's 3v1 here and Smolder was in the bad position. It doesn't mean he should run away. It should mean he should try to bait the rel WQ or something and like cue them and like scare them, like make them do flinch, make them do something that they don't want to do. It's sort of like in like fighting, right? If you think about like striking, right? If you're boxing and both guys are even 50-50, like same reach, same power, same weight, etc., the person that's
Mhm.
going to win is the guy that's going to make take the space and make the other guy overcommit to a shot in which you can which they're stuck in place, right? Because they're off balanced. It's the same here when you want to make them overreach, and you want to make them work for the space. They can't just like can't just let them like take the space, walk up, and walk you down, right? You have to have some level of threat to make them think twice about what they're doing. Otherwise, you just get walked down. So it's
Mhm.
almost the same concept here, where you're in the ring and they're in backed into the corner, and then you just randomly just walk backwards for no reason, because like I don't know, we're just so happy to just give them space, right? In that context, obviously there's an objective here to hit, but no one needs to hit the objective besides you and Smaller.
Mm. Yeah, I remember. It's like I just I have to articulate this to him. Like, yeah, I'm also doing the same thing where I'm like positioning back as well.
Yeah, but you won't position back if your Brom is literally there. But like, yes, you
Yeah.
shouldn't position back. You should be pinging in solo queue to like ping the bush. Um, and you'll find there's no like it's almost like weird. It's like, oh my, there's no reason to be scared, you know, because like they have to work. Well, they have to work their way in. They can't just go past, zoom past everyone, you know.
Yeah.
Like I would feel really awkward here as soon as I see Brom E, Guardian proc, and then the nail in the coffin's like Talia's just scared that Rel's walking up, so he E's like
Yeah, like in this, I didn't know what was going wrong, but I felt awful and I was
exactly.
angry. It's like, but I didn't know why.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I
it
I can
helps me
totally
like
relate to that
understand it. Maybe
feeling.
I could articulate it to him without like just being an asshole.
Oh, for sure.
Ugh.
Let's look at like there was a good upside right on this one. We'll look at that because I guess
Hmm.
that's like we can review like
Does it have same? Is it
eh,
same thing? Let's see. Or there's a Baron fight.
I
I don't
mean
even fucking. I don't even know how we won this.
this is pretty similar to like what you were doing before or your team as well, where you're allowed to walk in to this bush for free. You're all stuck in the
Like
middle
starting
of the
like control
objective.
space.
Yeah, imagine if there was a Galio in that bush standing there, just standing there.
Yeah. We just Vayne would literally be dead before I even get close to them.
Or you guys would freak out and then have to like reposition to like Norlis going first so that you know, like you would have to work for the bush, right? Is basically how it works. It wouldn't be like Vayne just randomly gets to walk up and auto someone like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would have to be like, oh, Nautilus, go first. And then like Nautilus would have to go first, then you can do something. But like you see that one step is like a like takes 5 seconds, right? Versus
Mm.
this guy gets the front line AD carry and just walk off and hit them for free because they're tunneled on like
They don't
the
understand
objective.
space either, yeah.
Exactly.
That's why it's so broken, because if you just do it one time, you win the entire game, basically.
Yeah, it's really, I mean, League is really snowballing right now. Even like pro games are ending in like 24 minutes when things go
Really?
wrong.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, Korea is still Korea, where like they'll like play really safe and only be happy to fight when they think they'll win 100%. But in like other regions, yeah, the game's ending really fast.
Hmm. So I guess that makes it like Drake is even fucking worse, because you're not even getting soul unless you're just getting
Exactly.
that shit one spawn every time.
That's why I laugh when my teammates, oh, not my teammates in solo queue just like ping dragon every time there's a chance to take it. Like, nah, I'd
It's
rather
so
prepare
easy
for
to get
second grubs.
brainwashed. It's like,
Oh yeah, it's just because Drake has been the most valuable objective for like multiple seasons. It's just like autopilot, you know.
yeah.
People are just not adapting.
Okay. Okay, so what happens in this tree? Oh, I think I just get this one for free too.
Yeah, so here, unless you were trying to avoid like the trundle or something, so you don't want to fight topside, it's better off just preparing since you got nothing to do, just like preparing for the grubs. Um,
Mm.
or diving bot if you want to trade the grubs. Like, I'm not saying grubs is like everything, but if they're gonna take it for free, ideally you don't want to trade for dragon. Like, there's something better.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I really do just hard tunnel on Drakes, actually. It's probably a big issue in my gameplay.
It still works. It's just not as realistic, right? To get
Yeah, like we're allowed to
oh
just get Drake cross the entire map for free and get grubs because they were late.
yeah. Yeah, that was weird. Oh, you didn't have W. Fair enough.
Nah, this was disgusting. Like, I don't know what I was thinking.
I mean, it makes sense.
I just have to cancel her jump, right?
Yeah, but I
Or
don't know if you
Nautilus
have.
has
I
to
don't know if you
purple.
have the time to do that
No.
though, because Brom's gonna Q you, and then eventually he's gonna jump when you're stunned anyway.
So,
I actually think like you start the fight, you push them back, and then you reset the fight again. As in, like, after Brom Q's here and Galio ult, you don't auto. Oh, he doesn't auto. Good. And he walks out. And if
hmm,
Nautilus dies here, you can play the fight after.
why did
I
this fight go so bad?
I think
I mean,
it's
my
I think
camera
it's
position is bad.
I think it's more of the issue of like the Galio ult, but your team's not happy to let Nautilus get low slash die. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Oh, like Bane walks up and gets taunted.
Yeah. And
Like,
so does
oh, okay.
Akali. Akali gets ulted, Galio ulted plus Leo. If Akali just let Nautilus get low and use their like Galio EQW on Nautilus and let Vayne just auto attack the Galio, this would be so much like better. Like you would be able to
Hmm.
win the fight. You'd lose the battle, but you'd win the war, right? Where Nautilus might die, but if they use their major abilities on Vayne, oh sorry, not Vayne, Nautilus, you're gonna have to Vayne turn basically, right? With a Kali turn, with you turn on the side, with Ornn coming, right?
Yeah.
But just look at Akali, like she can't.
Yeah, she's getting one
She's not.
shot.
She literally did nothing that situation. If she just
I see.
waited for Gali EQW and Lilia like dodge one Lilia Q where she doesn't get ulted instantly, like
Could she
she's
TP into the fight? Or wait, I didn't even
no,
see.
she just walked behind.
Ah, oh. Okay.
Yeah, I mean this is more like just managing distance, right? Just being happy with the fact that you blew the major cooldowns and then you still have your major cooldown right in like 5 seconds. Um, and Vayne still had and Akali, Vayne and Akali still have their ults, right? They just burned Galio ult, Braum shield. So now we just need to reset the fight and then we can win again, right?
Hmm.
But we're just going in when Galio hasn't used his major ability, which is like his W. Like that along with like holding the space in which they're coming uh, is I think also really valuable to learn from. Is like baiting major cooldowns essentially.
Yeah.
Basically using their resources, their major resources, without using your major resources is like game winning essentially. Like it brought
And then
if
just like pinging better too. Like if I'm hard
yeah
pinging him back, he probably doesn't just run in by himself.
yeah if Norlis, for example, Norlis had ult there. I don't know if his ult was on cooldown or something. Yeah, his ult was on cooldown. Let's say Norlis like lived at the last second before he died and he ulted. You guys instantly win the fight, right? Because he's tanked all their major abilities, and then he's able to throw CC in the time in which they don't have like a major cooldown.
Mhm. I mean, we just lost. We also just lost. Like,
Yeah,
can
I
I
mean,
ever kill either of them on side? Like, I felt like there's no way I'm
this is a
killing
hard
Galio
game
on
unless Vayne
side.
starts side laning.
Yeah,
This is
I
just
mean
a
that's
hard game.
basically it for that. Because we just die here, and then Trundle side lanes entire game. We get shit on.
I don't know how you guys won this.
I don't know either. Nautilus just walked in. Braum also just walked in and killed himself. The support special. Unfortunately, I didn't cancel Galio because I suck. And then,
It's also just awkward to fight. Like this comes
I
back
mean,
to
this
the
is
team
like
comp, right? Where
we got Crash. We should back up control, right? Or
no,
is it just
like Ryan, look at this. Like look at the chain CC you have on Trundle, and
yeah?
then
And
look
we
at the
can't.
follow up. There is no follow up, right? This is what I'm
Yeah,
saying. You have okay, Vayne's fine follow up,
we
but
have
then
no
you have
damage.
exactly if this was a Nami Lulu or something, this guy would be able to follow up, but he can't because he realizes there's a Galliot. This guy can't follow up because he's outranged. This guy can't follow up because he's an assassin. You know, playing front to back. But
Yeah,
you just you
so
CC
basically, like,
you CC this guy for
yeah,
years, but there's no follow up, right? This is the
I need to
problem.
like advocate. Once I pick my champ, I need to like advocate for other people to pick champs that fit the comp. I guess because it's like I picked Maokai super
Or vice
early.
versa. Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you pick
or
early,
like the
yeah.
other way
But
around. I
if you
just
pick
match the
yeah,
comp.
if you pick late, then you should be thinking about the mix of essentially, like in the most generic term, it's the mix of damage and CC, right? The ability to follow up on each other's abilities.
If you were to pick a damage champ this game, what would you play into? Like they showed like I picked on R3 and I think they showed uh
I would have
their
to pick a
bot
ranged
lane.
AD carry because our mid laner picked Akali.
Hmm,
But Akali is
like
like
Kindred
terrible this game. Yeah, it would have to be Kindred.
is
Definitely.
banned. Hmm.
Okay. Then
Actually,
it would
damn.
have to be like literally maybe Graves. Like
Really?
I'm trying to think of
Damn.
a ranged AD champ as well.
I think it's literally Graves Kindred, right? Is there anything else?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's probably just Graves or Kindred, yeah. Because Akali really limits your AP, obviously. Um Obviously I would prefer because AP champs are just better right now. Just the AP range champ.
Yeah,
Any AP
like a
range
big
champ, but
brand or something.
exactly, but you have an Akali and Ornn, so you would be triple AP topside essentially.
What do we pick? So it's like I guess we could pick Corki into, or is Corki still good? Because we thought it
Yeah.
was Triss mid.
Oh yeah, Koki's still fine. Ezreal mid's fine. Varus mid is fine.
Wait, really? Shit.
Yeah, they're all playable.
What is,
But
that's
obviously you just
crazy.
have to have confidence on it. Like you can't force your teammates to pick something they're not confident on.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're all being picked in pro play right now.
I'll have to try to talk to him, see if he's willing to like try stuff like that. Because I prefer to play AP champs, but you know, it is what it is.
Right. Yeah, I mean this like I don't even like the all Nautilus pairing unless you guys go triple Bruiser in the mid jungle AD role, or like you go double AD carry slash AP jungler, you know, because like just having all Nautilus is already a lot of CC, right? So all you need is
Yeah.
just follow up. Like if you just add one more CC, it's like useless. Like you have all knock up, all not hook, not auto attack, snare, not ult.
And then we have 0 damage, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we don't need more CC. Like it's so it's so redundant at that point. You just get diminishing returns unless your champs are that broken that they just do so much damage themselves. Like not you and on.
Hmm.
Then your champs are just broken. You know that's just OP then.
Yeah. I mean, that's not reality. At least at least right now.
Yeah,
Maybe old Maokai.
old Malachi. Yeah, that's
Rest
so
in
broken.
peace. Yeah.
Oh my
I didn't need to
god,
do any of this shit.
the
My
saplings
sapling
are
did,
insane.
yeah, did the job for my fucking all my teammates. Throw the
Being
sapling in the
being
bush, it
three
dunks down.
screens away, 3 screens away,
Ugh.
no damage return as well.
It was crazy. I can't believe that existed for so long.
That's probably my favorite. Yeah, that's my one of my favorite eras. Is
Yeah.
just sapling like setting up on Baron and just starting it.
It just feels so nice. You have complete control of everything. You
It's
don't have to
just
rely on
non-committal.
anyone.
Exactly, it's non-committal.
Yeah.
You don't have to be in a position where you fight. Like the fighting's done without you even being there.
Mm,
Passive income.
too good. Alright, I guess we could have picked Milia this game too.
Yeah,
Not sure how
any
Milia is.
exactly any freaking yeah. Milia is perfect into Lulio. Like any range support, and then a bruiser top if you're just gonna pick Maokai and a ranged mid. Okay, like you could
Yeah.
go Maokai on if you really want to, but then you really need a range support, you know, and a DPS mid, not an assassin, right?
Yeah. So it's like for myself, I need to work on pinging and stop tunneling on objectives, have an idea of like what I want to do in the game instead of just
Yeah, be happy to
yeah.
fight for the space, and then early game, I want you to think about like your approach should be based on fight scenarios, like what you want
Mm,
to do. Essentially, revolves around where you win in a skirmish. Essentially,
yeah.
so you should be setting up for that. Like just like we talked about, yes, pathing bot is good. But it doesn't mean you like want to 3v3 bot. You just want to free up your support, right? By going there. If they're like you have to, because the thing is you lose 3v3 quote unquote, but if the Wukong doesn't even show up, then the support gets moved, and then you have to make then you have to check them, right? Make the Wukong actually shows up to defend the wave, for example, so Brom can't base. Like I'm 99% sure the enemy jungle is not thinking that this game, but um that's the theory, or that's the practical slash theory part of it, where a lot of people like the things we're talking about right now is like I doubt a lot of people are thinking this way, but I think this is where the game is moving because there's so much grouping early game, right?
Yeah. Just kind of happens.
Yeah, because people realize the value of objectives,
Yeah.
or like not objectives, like the grubs and the snowball ability of the game.
Why is it so much more snowball? Is it just because Grubs got buffed?
Yeah,
Or like
that buff
you get
was
more XP
different.
everywhere too?
Yeah, the jungle EXP, the buff, it's different. The
Bot
boss,
EXP.
the
Hmm.
Herald combo with Grubs as well. Like obviously Grubs didn't do anything, right?
Hmm.
Like sorry, Herald, they didn't change anything about Herald, right? But it's the combo of just the Grubs boss plus Herald, um, plus the fighting over the objectives. I mean, if people wanted to just tunnel, right, and just trade Dragon, I'm sure the game would last longer, but people are just fighting over it, obviously.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, yeah, I actually don't know what the game would be like if they just traded, but I'm just
I assume it'd be similar, honestly, because you
Yeah,
just get
you
a
just hit the
massive ult
tower.
advantage with the
You just
dog.
hit the towers really fast.
Yeah.
The only time the game will go long is when you have zero grubs. It's like normal League of Legends again, you know, where like if you're winning the game but you have zero grubs, and then it's gonna be like a normal game time, like 30 minutes or 29 minutes, right? 28 minutes. But usually it's like 25, 26, 24 for me right now.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah,
Makes
this was
sense.
good.